to you all. Ako po si Paolo del Rosario. A brand new day, a brand new week. Let's get you up to speed with the news that you could use right now.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. It's the last week of November. Let's make it unforgettable with a whole lot of energy, good vibes, and inspiration.
Happy Wicked Monday. I'm Monique Tuzon. Join us in the next hour for stories that are more fun and conversations that matter. If you guys haven't noticed, we are in a very wicked theme today.
We are defying gravity.
Yes, and we could not stop singing until we were on cam.
You know, it's so funny because I was skeptical, all right? I was skeptical because I'm not the type who would expect a lot from a stage musical to a film musical. Because we've seen it before. Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables. I'm not necessarily a big fan. I haven't seen the film yet, but according to the both of you,
it's really good. It's
I mean,
amazing.
like you, I was skeptical too, and I was like with the casting, I was like, oh, like I love Ari, I love Cynthia, but can they pull it off, right? Because Idina and Kristen, you cannot top those two. But when I saw it, grabe, Pao. I was bawling. I'm not a crier, but I was bawling.
And I know that Anne enjoyed it because she actually sent our group chat, guys, we're wearing wicked colors today.
Last minute changes. We were supposed to wear something different. I was like, no, we need to wear wicked colors.
You see, I don't have an emerald green top.
No
jacket. Like I just thought about it. That was a bit hard. I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited to see it, and hopefully I do get to see it sometime soon. But part 2 next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, November 25 next year.
Memorize.
Yes, I'm so excited.
A lot of people are going to be waiting for the second part because the songs that they love are there. Part
of
the
songs
second.
that I loved were in the first one. Honestly, I just love the whole thing. So
let's go enjoy all of that for sure.
But anyway, so we have a jam-packed show for you guys today. But first, let's serve you up some fresh dose of news and information. First up, traffic. Let's check on the major roads in Metro Manila at this hour. Here is the situation along Commonwealth Avenue in Quezon City. On the left side of your screens are vehicles going to Sandigan Bayan. Still a breeze on that lane. Watch out for that counterflow on the innermost lane from the Tandang Sora intersection all the way to Philcoa. Vehicles are already starting to slow down on that counterflow. Now, on the right side of your screens are vehicles headed to Quezon Memorial Circle. Guys, traffic na po. So extra patience on the road. Let's head on over to EDSA Guadalupe, this time northbound. On the left side of your screens is the northbound lane going to Shaw Boulevard. On the right side of your screens are vehicles headed to Makati Central Business District. Still a good time to drive, but yes, as I always say, leave your homes early to avoid unnecessary delay. Now, a reminder to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Monday today, so vehicles with license plates ending in 1 and 2 should be off the road from now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
From the roads to the skies, good news because we can expect fair weather conditions for today, especially here in the metro. Weather Bureau Pagasa says the country remains relatively storm-free for today and in the upcoming days. State forecasters explain extreme northern Luzon may experience cool conditions because of the Amihan or the northeast monsoon. The intertropical convergence zone, on the other hand, is the dominant weather condition in Mindanao. Despite the good weather, we can expect chances of isolated rains or thunderstorms for today in most parts of the country, including Metro Manila. So do watch out for all of that. Tune into Weather HQ at 9 a.m. where we'll give you the updates, whatever the weather. Only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
We now turn to some serious business. Authorities are now building a case against Vice President Sara Duterte following the death threats she made against President Bongbong Marcos, First Lady Liza Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez if she were to be killed. Speaking on BNC's weekend agenda, PNP CIDG Chief Brigadier General Nicolas Torres said they are considering all factors in building up a case against the Vice President, including a possible impeachment. Meanwhile, the Presidential Communications Office said the threats are now under investigation and may lead to charges. Duterte's threat stemmed from an order by lawmakers to transfer her chief of staff to jail for allegedly impeding its probe over the vice president's alleged misuse of funds.
Good news as more Filipino workers return home from war-torn Lebanon. The Migrant Workers Department on Sunday welcomed 75 repatriated Filipinos with livelihood assistance to ensure their reintegration in their local community. They can also avail of free medical checkups and psychosocial services. This brings the total number of repatriated Filipinos from Lebanon to 1,191 OFWs and 52 dependents.
Now, in news from around the world, Lebanon's Hezbollah movement launched heavy rocket barrages at Israel on Sunday. Reuters reports the Israel military said houses had been destroyed or set alight near Tel Aviv. The move was seen as a retaliation from the Lebanese group after an Israeli airstrike killed at least 29 people in Beirut on Saturday. Israel went on the offensive against the Iran-backed Hezbollah in September. The Israeli military attacked several locations in Lebanon after nearly a year of hostilities ignited by the Gaza war.
Moving on to sports, it is a clean sweep for Gilas Pilipinas in the second window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. The men's national team, Gilas Pilipinas, cruises past Hong Kong in a rematch Sunday at the Mall of Asia Arena. Final score? Not even close. 93-54. This time, it was former UAAP men's basketball champion Carl Tamayo who led Gilas with 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. 4 other Gilas players scored in double-digit figures, including big man Kai Soto, who posted 12 markers and 15 boards. But in order to clinch a spot in next year's FIBA Asia Cup, the Philippines still waiting for New Zealand to win its match against Chinese Taipei later on today. Great occasion and a lot of fun. I was there personally as a fan, not working, and it was just a big occasion for Gilas Pilipinas, and just to see all the fans come together at Mall of Asia Arena for the national team. Amazing.
How was it? How was the fan turnout?
There were, I think they had around 11,000 in the game against New Zealand during a weekday.
Oh, wow.
And I think they had a bit more against Hong Kong in Mall of Asia. And that's already considering that normally there's a section already reserved just for the media. So talagang reduced yung capacity in the Mall of Asia. But it was really good, a really fun experience. It wasn't that competitive. Granted, Hong Kong yung kalaban.
It was a blowout. I saw the score.
Yeah, it was a blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, my key takeaways are from this particular window. So, pasensya na naging analyst ako. But then, my personal key takeaway, one is that malaki na tayo. There was a time where in Filipinas we were like, we're too small for basketball. But our smallest player was around 6'1". Our tallest player was around 7'2". The general average height is in between that, and we're just tall. Teams from Europe, Latvia are now having a problem with us in our size. New Zealand's having a problem with us in size. We've out-rebounded all these teams that are traditionally bigger than us. All of a sudden, ang laki na natin. I don't know what's in the water, but then the kids these days are huge. I don't know what's happening right now. Carl Tamayo, who's I think 20 in his mid-20s or early 20s, he's around 6'6", 6'7".
Oh my
Then
God.
you have guys like Kai Soto, who's 22 years old, who's 7'2".
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's insane. Our smallest player is 6'1". He's taller than me, and I'm
Smallest player.
huge. Yeah, he's our smallest player, Scotty Thompson. But of course, we're gonna see if they can convert that into so much more later on. Also, another thing is, mahal na mga Pilipino si Dwight Ramos.
Yes, I've seen him everywhere around the billboards.
Yeah, no, not only that, he didn't play yesterday, but people were chanting for him. They were like, we want Dwight.
Oh, wait, why wasn't he playing yesterday?
He
Was
had
he
a
injured?
calf injury.
Okay.
Probably just a minor injury. It probably felt like a precaution that he didn't play. But the fans were chanting for him, and there was a really funny moment. Naakala ng mga fans na maglalaro si Dwight, but then the person beside him was called up instead. So when they stood up for his substitutions, there was a big laugh.
People were cheering for
Yeah,
Dwight.
people were cheering for him. It was the loudest cheer of the night. But of course, Dwight Ramos didn't get to play that game. Didn't need him, thankfully. And hopefully we get to see him healthy and back. February, ang susunod na laban ng Gilas Pilipinas. So, I think it will be in New Zealand, in Christchurch.
Tagal pala, the gap.
Because the windows, you only play 2 games a week.
I forgot, I didn't realize that.
For different parts of the year. So, February is the next one. So, lahat mga kababayan natin going to New Zealand, do watch out.
That's where Pao is bringing
That's
us.
where we're going. That's why we didn't go to the Hong Kong game.
I know.
He
Thank you,
saved
Pao,
the
in
best.
advance.
Yes.
So, guys,
Can't
if
wait
you
to
want
go
to
to New
send free
Zealand.
tickets to Mo and Anne just to fly to New Zealand, that would be really great.
Okay, no need.
Because I don't want to be responsible for that at all.
Well, guys, in entertainment today, a big surprise for K-Dot fans like myself. The king of West Coast rap, Kendrick Lamar, casually dropped a new album over the weekend titled GNX. The 12-track album features SZA, Dottie 6, and Sam Dew. The release comes at the end of a year filled with feud with rap rival Drake. Track 10, The Heart Part 6, is yet another move in the Drake-Kendrick diss battle. Kendrick will also headline the Super Bowl halftime in New Orleans in February. Oh, I love Kendrick. Did you guys listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to the album a bit.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
I love Drake and Kendrick, so I'm torn.
Are you
I
really?
love
Kendrick versus Drake.
I loved Drake before, old Drake.
Yeah.
But new Drake, not as much, so I'm moving more towards Kendrick.
Kendrick
If you
Lamar.
guys looked at my graduation photos from college, I have pictures with Drake.
Oh,
Really?
yeah?
And my graduation cap was Drake
You
inspired.
gotta show us. Oh my goodness.
I'll show it to you guys
one
later.
time, But then,
So-
I don't know, you're more Kendrick fan now. So
Now I'm a Kendrick fan.
You gotta
yeah,
pick sides.
Switching. I'm neutral. I'm Switzerland. Forever neutral.
No, but I did enjoy the latest album. I listened to it. I listened to it quite a bit, and it's it's just another great piece of music. And of course, that whole diss battle between Kendrick and
Drake, yeah.
It was one of my
Funny.
favorite things throughout the year to watch.
It's so entertaining.
Because of the timing of it. I think it's because of the fact everything's released on social media also. Right? I mean, like even, to be fair, one of the tracks of Drake in this particular album, nag-trend sa TikTok before because a snippet of it was released. So people were just dancing to it every day
Yup.
until the album came out. So, that's the end of that trend. But then again, worth the wait. Really great music.
I'm excited. If you guys haven't heard it, go listen to it. As a promoter of Kendrick, as if he watches. Anyway, when we return, discover how the country is leading the way in gynecologic robotic surgery. Revolutionizing healthcare with cutting-edge technology. Find out what makes this program the fastest growing in Southeast Asia. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. And hello, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. The gynecologic robotics program, such a big word, in the Philippines has set a benchmark in Southeast Asia, becoming the fastest growing program of its kind in the region. Established at St. Luke's Global City in 2011, it has paved the way for advanced robotic assisted surgeries, offering patients innovative and minimally invasive solutions. Recognized for its outstanding achievements, the program has been led by experts who have performed the highest number of gynecologic robotic surgeries in the country, contributing to its remarkable success. Now, this milestone reflects the dedication to advancing women's health care through cutting-edge technology and exceptional medical expertise. To tell us more, we have Dr. Rebecca Singson, obstetrician and gynecologist via Zoom. Good morning, Dr. Rebecca Singson. It's a beautiful day.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to all of you and to all our viewers.
Now, Doc, so we were just talking about Wicked early this morning. The Wicked craze is still within us. And as you know, the Wizard of Oz, he operates behind a robot. So when I heard about robotic obstetrician, I don't know if I said that right, that's what I was imagining, that you're behind a robot operating. So tell us more, what is robotic surgery? Am I correct?
Yes, well, it actually utilizes the help of a robot in order to perform the surgery to make it so minimally invasive. And it's not the robot doing the surgery, but it's actually the person behind the robot doing the surgery. So don't be scared that the robot is going to run amok, because it's not going to move unless the surgeon moves it.
Doc, of course, we're seeing more and more robotics come into healthcare, come into surgery. When did you personally start to use this technology? And of course, what were the things that you had to get used to with regards to using the robot instead of actually using your own hands on the skin of the patient?
Yeah, well, there are very important skills that you need in order to be able to perform robotic surgery. And one of them, believe it or not, is gaming.
Really?
Because when yeah, you should never stop a child from gaming because it's one of the skills they're going to need in the future. Spatial orientation is so important because you're going to be working with levers, same things you use for gaming. And you're going to use those to control the instruments that are inside the patient's abdomen. So you need to imagine this positioning in space and be able to perform the surgery while looking at the three-dimensional camera. So you need, of course, also to know the basics of surgery. I mean, all obstetrician gynecologists know how to do that.
Doc,
Right?
you just gave inspiration to all of the kids playing Mobile
Gamers, yeah, all
Legends
the
right
gamers.
now.
Yeah.
Na-excite sila bigla. Mom, I'm practicing to become a surgeon right now. But Doc, you mentioned the spatial awareness. Is that a bit different compared to the spatial awareness that you do need without the robotic surgery? Because some people might be confused with regards to the type of awareness necessary with regard to conducting the surgery.
Oh, you know what? The audio is a little bit garbled, so you're going to have to talk more slowly.
Okay.
Are you asking me, is the spatial orientation you use in gaming the same as the one in robotic surgery?
Yes, somewhat that way.
Okay. Actually, of course the big difference is what you're doing inside. But really, I swear, performing robotic surgery is like a game in the sense of a child, no? Because you have certain goals, you have to cut certain ligaments and certain vascular structures, blood vessels. So you have goals to achieve, and then you do it in such a way that you are actually, well, in our hospitals, we're like 5 meters or 10 meters away from the patient. So we are remote from the patient. We are not beside the patient. So in fact, it has been done that the surgeon was in New York and he performed a gallbladder surgery where the patient was in Paris. So this is in fact how the technology was developed because the military infused the money so that they could develop this technology, thinking that one day a patient or a soldier in the battlefield could be operated on with a surgeon not having to risk his life to be there with that patient. You know, you could be in another place, safe, and the patient is being operated on remotely. So that's exactly how this technology goes.
Doc, this technology is so amazing, and I'm just so curious. How long did it take you to train doing this? Because I imagine it's gonna be a lot of, it's gonna take a lot of patience, right, and a lot of practice. Because I've seen like the doctor games where you do, you try not to like hit the parts and it like vibrates. Yeah. So obviously I can't be a doctor, that's why I'm here. But how much training did it take for you to get to this stage?
Well, okay. I have been doing laparoscopic surgery since 1993, okay? So I'm kind of used to being able to perform surgery in a limited space using tiny instruments. So to move up to robotic surgery, the only thing I had to learn was how to use the machine. Of course, I'll explain later the differences between laparoscopic and robotic surgery. But in answer to your question, the gynecologists can shift from being an open surgeon to a robotic surgeon by learning how to perform surgery using the machine. You just need to understand the controls of the machine, and you know that just takes 4 days. And then you can do a live surgery with an animal.
Wow.
And as long as you know how to do that, as long as you know the basics of surgery, you're just going to translate it using different instruments in a smaller scale. And we just need to learn how to use the machine.
You know, Doc, of course, before any treatment, you have to explain the pros and cons to the patient, right? So that they know their options. So what are the pros and cons of robotic surgery? What are the advantages of this kind of surgery over the traditional open surgery?
Okay. Wow. Really great advantages. Okay. Like, imagine if you have a watermelon sized myoma. Okay. If you were going to do an open surgery, how big would your incision be? It would have to be bigger than the watermelon, right?
Right,
It's
right.
almost it's almost like you cut the patient in half, to be able to remove that huge mass, right? So imagine what the consequences are for that patient. The big scar, the ugly scar. She can't wear a bikini if she's a girl. The possibility for infection with the huge incision. The pain, imagine how much painkiller she's going to need. The recovery time. When can she go back to work? Plus, after when that wound heals, the adhesions inside, because the intestines are going to attach to wherever that incision is, and it's a harder recovery. You can't even get bowel obstruction. But with robotic surgery, our incisions are zero point 0.8 centimeters.
Wow.
Wow.
In the umbilicus, it's zero point 0.8, or if the surgeon chooses 1.2 centimeters, that's also possible. So, I've removed huge myomas with very tiny incisions. And even the most difficult surgeries I've done, like I did one banker, it was so difficult. She had a huge myoma, 2 ovarian cysts that were kissing each other. She had 2 previous surgeries, so there were a lot of adhesions inside. I did her on a Friday, and she went back to work on a Monday.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's right. Yeah. In fact, if I may say so myself, I just underwent a minimally invasive surgery. I ended up with an appendicitis last Friday.
Oh,
I had
my
an
gosh.
appendectomy,
Okay.
of course, minimally invasive, and I ended up going home in 8 hours. I slept in my own bed, and today's Monday, and my surgery was Friday, so I'm going to the clinic.
Doc, you look great for someone who had an appendectomy. If I do say so myself. But, we talk about the applications of robotic surgery. I know we're talking about gynecology, but can you tell us about how other fields have been using this as well? Because you're mentioning that this is not just for gynecology, this is also for other fields.
Yes. Well, for prostate cancer, this is the gold standard to do robotic surgery. Why? Because you are able to preserve the continence of the man after you remove, when you do an open surgery for prostate cancer, you can end up destroying the nerves and the blood vessels, which are supplying the very basic functions of a man, his erection and holding his urine. So with robotic surgery, you're able to hold that better. Also with open heart surgery, they're doing this minimally invasively, robotically, even removal of the thyroid, no more huge scars here. They go through the axilla, so the scars are hidden. ENT surgery, lobectomies, even lung cancer, yes, even, well, many urologic procedures can be done robotically.
Now, Doc, I'm also very curious. This is super amazing to me. What is the cost difference? So, for example, I want to have surgery, and I'm like, I want to do robotic surgery. What's the cost difference of that versus human-done surgery? Open surgery,
Okay,
yeah.
well, we do have packages in the hospitals where robotic surgery is offered. So the package is around, maybe, depending on type of room, it can be anywhere from 600 something thousand to about 800 something thousand. So an open surgery maybe would be around 350 to 400,000. So yeah, it would be double, but my goodness, the recovery is there's just no comparison, you know. It's really amazing.
Doc, we talked about all these advantages, and it's really amazing, this technology, right? But are there certain medical conditions where you cannot recommend robotic surgery?
Well, for advanced cancers, it's a bit controversial now whether we should use robotic surgery for cervical cancers, because they, you know, so there's some schools of thought that think that you can spread the cancer if you do it robotically. Although you know what, in the big cancer centers, Sloan Memorial Kettering in the U.S. and Karolinska Institute in Sweden, they still do everything robotically.
Okay.
So this is still an area of controversy. So you have to discuss it with the patients. If whatever you and the patient come up with, you know, especially in these borderline cases.
Right.
Thanks so much, Doc Rebecca Singson, for joining us this morning. We learned a lot, and I'm so amazed by what you do. Can you tell our viewers where they can find you if they have more questions about this?
Yes, I'm in St. Luke's, Global City, room 305. And I'm also in Makati Med in room 381, as well as Asian Hospital Medical Center in room 202.
Doc, thank you very much for joining us this morning. You've given so much hope to all of the gamers out there, for giving them reasons to tell their parents, I am training to become a doctor by learning the spatial awareness. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
All right, we got more stories for you here on the show, because after the break, we put the spotlight on Max Verstappen's history-making moment in Formula One in Las Vegas. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. In motorsports, Max Verstappen ultimately ends up the biggest winner in Las Vegas by winning his 4th straight Formula One title. The Red Bull racer actually finished 5th in the race, with Mercedes driver George Russell reigning supreme in Sin City. But it was all that the Dutch-Belgian Verstappen needed to bring home the chip. The 27-year-old Max also cemented his place in Formula One history as the 6th racer to become a 4-time champion. Other icons in that elite club include names such as Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Alain Prost, and Sebastian Vettel.
Meanwhile, the brightest stars in Hollywood gathered in Las Vegas for the big Formula One race. Filipina actress Liza Soberano was among the personalities present in the red carpet affair. Also in attendance were A-listers such as actors Terry Crews, supermodel Winnie Harlow, music superstars John Legend and Adele, as well as celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay. Hyping up the race night were legendary ring announcers, the brothers Michael and Bruce Buffer.
Up first for Team Kick Sauber, China's first ever Formula One driver, Zhou Guanyu. The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the tens of millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
I would have died if I were there to just listen to the two of them at the same time.
Yeah,
live.
right.
I'm such a
It's
big
so
fan
exciting.
of the Buffer brothers in particular. Let's Get Ready to Rumble, and of course, it's time from, of course, Bruce Buffer. It's just, I don't know, the sports nerd in me is dying. I would have really loved to be there to hear them both at the same time. Would have been such a
It
treat.
was just so weird for me to hear them announce F1, not boxing or MMA. Like, I'm just like,
it's
hold
different.
on, it's a different sport. It doesn't sound right, but it still sounds amazing.
But it really
if
gets
that
you
makes
excited,
sense.
right? Like, whoa.
The US does spectacle so well.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, the F1 Grand Prix goes all over the world. Singapore probably has the best concerts, but then grabe yung spectacle in Las Vegas when it comes to F1. And
Vegas,
of
I
course,
think, is the biggest one apart from Monaco.
Yeah,
Right?
100, yeah. And Monaco is its own party in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, the race itself, it's a bit too slow for my liking, the Monaco Grand Prix, but it's still really fun. It's still so iconic, and Las Vegas is also becoming iconic as well, especially with guys like the Buffer brothers going there, hyping everyone up. And I'm just having a lot. Again, sports nerd in me, having so much fun just seeing that happen.
Now, this has the same hype, actually. Let's talk about
true.
this movie that's literally defying gravity. The Wicked movie has now become the biggest Broadway musical to hit the screens, following its rave reviews and box office performance. With an estimated gross of $164 million globally, Wicked tops the debut weekend of Broadway-adapted film Les Miserables in 2012. This also makes Wicked the third biggest movie of the year, following Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out 2. Starring Ariana Grande as Glinda and Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, its story is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz and shows the audience how the Wicked Witch of the West came to be. Wicked Part 2 is expected to hit theaters November 2025.
Now, Paolo, before you watch Wicked and before our viewers watch Wicked, I just want to tell you how amazing the show is without giving away. No, you know why? Because Cynthia and Ari, they both sang live. Like, it's not a live show, but they sang live while they were filming in the movie.
Yeah.
And Cynthia was doing stunts, backflips,
Yeah,
while she
doing
was
her own
singing.
stunts.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
in an interview, she said she had to change the way she was breathing because she was literally inside out, upside down, like everything.
Yeah.
No,
Grabe,
Inside Out's a
she's-
different movie.
Ang labo ni Pao!
I was like, just because you didn't watch it, get out of here.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, it's
seriously, it's
amazing.
amazing. And I saw an interview where she was talking about how her voice and Ariana Grande's voice really blend together. And
It's
she was
so good.
talking about how Ariana Grande really listens to her voice and making sure that they blend together. Because other singers, you know, they want to stand out, so they sing a little harder, they sing a little louder. But Ariana Grande is totally different. She really listens to how Cynthia's voice will blend well together with her own voice.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
that's-
there's a better pair.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the casting was
amazing.
Personally, I'm just happy that now a new generation starting to understand that Ariana Grande actually started out as an actress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
yes, yes.
For those of a previous generation, she actually was a supporting actress
Yeah.
when she started out and burst onto the scene, and just turned out that she was really talented as a performer
Yeah.
as well.
And she
of
started in
course-
theore as well, I think.
She
right?
did,
Broadway.
she did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
did
was
more
there.
Broadway.
She was there as well. Yeah, but I even forgot what show she was on Disney actually.
I
back
also-
in the
I
day.
didn't watch it.
I think
We were
it
too
was
old now.
Victoria Justice. I think that she was the person leading that show.
There was an interview where she was addressing her fans and telling her fans, her music fans,
Yeah.
explaining to them that, you know, I love making music, but I also love doing acting. So
Yeah.
she wants to focus more
Yeah.
on acting now.
I mean, like,
And
she's
she
also
did
great
great.
in SNL,
Yes,
Saturday Night
yes,
Live.
I saw her Jennifer Coolidge
Yeah, she's really good.
impersonation. It's amazing. Oh, look, wait, in the screen, you guys see all the tulips? You know, the whole, everything was not, there's barely any CGIs. They planted 9 million tulips. They built the set
Wow.
from the ground up. So just
Wow.
another amazing fact throwing it
So you
out
can
there.
so you can understand how these girls love Wicked. You can also
Yes.
understand that that's the reason why we're color coordinated the way we are today.
It's Wicked Monday.
I'm Elphaba.
Okay.
I'm Glinda. Wait.
Yeah,
on
your hair
that
flip.
note, let's move on with some mobility news. So, di ba? Okay yung segue. Maybe not. The Bilyonaryo Isabel de Ayala's family's AC Mobility is adding a new electric vehicle to their BYD lineup, promising Filipinos a sustainable and accessible way to hit the road. Our mobility correspondent, G. Baroga, gives us the details.
AC Mobility is stepping up its game to bring the best new EVs with the BYD Seal 5 DMI, offering a mix of high performance, cutting-edge tech, and user-friendly features for new and eco-conscious car buyers.
This model is a significant leap forward in our shared mission to make electric mobility accessible to every Filipino. This is a partnership that brings together BYD, a global leader in electric vehicle technology, and AC Mobility, a top-of-mind mobility partner providing end-to-end solutions.
BYD tested Seal 5 DMI and proved it can travel over 1,000 kilometers on a single full charge and tank.
Our team, together with Ramrack, the Ramirez brothers, took the Seal 5 from Manila to Tuguegarao to La Union to Clark, from Clark direct to Lipa, then back to Manila in BGC, covering 1,645 kilometers with one full tank and one full charge only.
The Seal 5 DMI comes in two variants, Dynamic and Premium. The launch coincides with BYD's 30th anniversary globally. On November 18th, it hit a historic milestone with the production of its 10 millionth new energy vehicle, the first automaker to reach this achievement.
Today's event is not just representing a new chapter for the BYD, but also a step closer for everybody to achieving a world powered by the clean and renewable energies.
By the end of the year, BYD plans to have 25 operating showrooms across the country, with plans to expand to 40 by 2025. Fans can expect even more product launches next year. For BNC Mobility, G. Baroga.
I wish you guys saw what Paolo was saying and doing. Now he wants a BYD car.
Yeah,
he
thank
is
you.
sold.
Thank you so much in advance for the
Alam
car
ko-
that they're gonna send our way.
Hey guys, alam
Not
ko
just Paolo, also
that
you pa. Yes.
Anne has been asking for tickets to concerts. Mo has been asking to flights to see Mudeng. Ako, simple lang ako. Kotse lang, please. No, but all joking aside, grabe, electric vehicles are starting to go on the rise. We're seeing more hybrid vehicles, more full EVs. It's obviously better for the environment. And, you just have to wonder just how quickly or how soon will the Philippines start adapting EVs more, especially as they continue to build consumer trust. Because a lot of people are still skeptical about electric vehicles.
But you can see more EVs now.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And we see these parking lots, like in malls, they already have spaces for EVs,
Yeah,
right?
the charging
with
station. And normally
There
it's
you
in
go.
the front. That's why I'm like, now I need an EV because I can just park right
And
then
it's
there.
so bright. They light it
Yeah.
up so well,
Yes.
yung mga charging stations. But yeah, you know what? That's going to be really something to watch out for sa auto industry, especially because I still know a lot of people who prefer the feel of yung mga actual combustion engines, those who are, the more traditional engines, because it's so quiet. If you've ever ridden an EV,
Yeah, it is
it's
really
so,
quiet.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Actually, even hybrids, when they switch to
Di mo nga
the
alam
EV
na
part,
naka-on
you're
yung
like,
kotse.
is it on? Yeah.
It's so quiet. And when I was in China for a couple of months, most of the vehicles there were EV.
Yeah,
Right.
also in Japan.
Yeah, so it was different. So it feels different. But of
Yep.
course, that is going to be something that we're going to learn more about. But then we have something less debatable here.
Either this sparks or ends a feud on Filipino food once and for all. Taste Atlas dropped a list of the best noodle dishes of all time. Did your favorite make it on the list? Find out after the break. Keep it here on It's a Beautiful Day on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Welcome
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Let's have another road check at this hour. Taking a look at Commonwealth. Here's the situation along Commonwealth Avenue in Quezon City. On the left side of your screens, vehicles going to Sandigan Bayan. A bit clearer there, but if you notice on the right side of your screen, including the counterflow lane on the left side, vehicles headed to the QC Memorial Circle. Boy, it is starting to heat up. Hindi po nag-freeze yung screen. It actually is really traffic. Now, moving on over to EDSA Guadalupe, let's head on over to EDSA Guadalupe northbound on the left side of your screen. Is the northbound lane going to Shaw Boulevard. Traffic not so bad there. On the right side of your screen, things are starting to slow down. As you can see, people going to the Makati Business District in particular, having a bit of a longer ride.
Now, Taste Atlas has released the top Filipino noodle dishes of all time. At rank 5, we have Pancit Canton. Classic Pancit at 4th. Pancit Bihon at 3rd. I love Pancit Bihon. And Pancit Malabon on the 2nd spot. Now, coming in hot at number 1 is Pancit Palabok, receiving a rating of 4.1 stars on the website. Taste Atlas says Palabok is considered an authentic Filipino invention, unlike other Chinese-influenced versions.
I'm so hungry. Where is our Pancit Palabok?
Palabok is on. I know I was supposed to bring. I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm so hungry.
It's just that our show starts so early. It's so hard to get Pancit Palabok.
There are places, girl. You should have told me.
No, but do you agree Pancit Palabok is the best noodle dish the Philippines has to offer?
All Filipino dishes are amazing. So any noodle dish, I love.
But I think minsan ang hirap i-distinguish. Ano ba yung Pancit Palabok? Ano ba yung Pancit Malabon?
Actually, what's the difference? I don't know
The
what's
Malabon has thicker noodles, I think.
Noodles,
I think so.
My other favorite's the bami, the thin and thick noodles.
Oh,
yes.
Speaking of that, I think Lomi needs more love, especially from Batangas.
Lomi, maybe number 6 yun.
But then no, it's not in the top 5, so I'm like, why? But it's Palabok. I think it's also iconic just in general because it's served in fast food.
Yes.
It's so accessible, and I think even foreigners really appreciate the uniqueness of Pancit Palabok. Especially kung may chicharon sa...
Yeah, the chicharon and extra sauce.
So, I mentioned chicharon, yung crew natin nagnadala. Oo, sabi nila, oh yeah, we all want palabok and chicharon.
I always
Tomorrow let's get
sprinkle
palabok.
Palabok, yeah.
Palabok ka bukas?
And then you sprinkle, pwede rin.
Okay, noted.
You sprinkle
Alam na,
siling
guys.
labuyo on top. Because I love
Pwede.
mine really hot and spicy. Sarap.
Yeah, why not? And of course, Anne can be expected to bring palabok
My
tomorrow.
pa-birthday siya tomorrow.
Go check out our stories to make sure that she fills in on her promise.
Yes, make
Sige.
sure. What's the other one? Pancit Canton? I do
Pancit
love
Canton,
Pancit
yeah.
Canton. I love the instant one.
Uy, ang sarap naman kasi ng
No,
Pancit
It
Canton.
is. You
Yeah.
fry 2 eggs and then
with
make
2
sure
eggs.
the eggs are running on top
Yes,
and then mix it
soft-boiled
with the
eggs.
sauce.
It's funny how everyone has their own version rin ng
Oh,
Pancit
yeah.
Canton sa
During the
bahay.
pandemic, they started inventing all these different versions of Pancit Canton.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to make. Yeah.
But you know what's so annoying? 1 packet is not enough, but 2 packets, it's too much.
Yeah,
no, two
So
packets.
it's like
is
1.5.
great.
Okay, and on that note, folks, because right now we only have 30 days to go before Christmas.
What?
You can send Mo all the Pancit Canton she wants as we take a look at that. 30 days!
Oh my
30
goodness.
days! And that is it for us this Monday, November the 25th. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us here on It's a Beautiful Day.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Thank you for making us your morning habit, sending love and good vibes your way.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Stay safe, and we hope you have a wicked Monday ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a Beautiful Day!